Hello. Today I want to talk about the dangers of a pharmaceutical medication that they're not putting clear warning labels on. This is a heads up to any recovering addicts out there. I'm in recovery myself. Today I have 4 years no alcohol. But next month on December 17th is my real sobriety date. That's the date that I last used drugs and everything as well. So December 17th, I'll have 4 years. And last night I had an outbreak of hives, which sometimes happens to me. And at the moment, I don't own an EpiPen. And so I picked up some Benadryl and I picked up some Claritan. And, I just hoping for the best that that the hives would dissipate and that I'd be okay. And then I didn't realize that they are putting really dangerous drugs inside allergy medications, and there's no obvious warning about it. But I did my research after, and I found out that this medication is banned in several countries, but Canada allows it. And, what I was reading is that it's supposed to be kept behind the counter, and so that a pharmacist can explain to you the dangers, I guess, of it and the precautions, which didn't happen. It was on a shelf, but I guess because it wasn't the only ingredient, it was a Claritin allergy and sinus med. So I guess it was allowed out on a regular shelf. So anyways, the ingredient in this allergy medication is pseudophedrine. Okay, so that's just one name for it. It's the main ingredient of methamphetamine and so speed and crystal meth. It's the main ingredient of both of those drugs, which are super dangerous drugs. After I took 2 tablets because my hives were really bad, and in the past I'd taken regular Claritin, and that was fine. But I didn't realize that this was an added ingredient for the allergy plus sinus. I had a really, really bad reaction. My heart was racing. It felt like it was going to explode. I had to lie down. I said to myself that there's got to be something in this medication that I'm allergic to. I have different allergies. One of them is to artificial sweeteners like sucralose, stevia, aspartame. So, maybe there's that in it or something, maybe the coating of the pill or something. So I looked at the box, I read all the ingredients and everything, and then that drug came to my attention, that pseudophedrine. And I Googled it, and there's a lot of nasty things about it on the internet. It's a really controversial subject, across the world. Certain countries are banning it, as I said. I'm just really shocked that there wasn't an obvious warning label on it and that it was out and so readily available. I only took 2 tablets and I thought that I was going to have a heart attack, and I still don't feel 100% well, and that was last night. But it was scary. It was terrifying. I felt really conflicted. I felt like my sobriety was in jeopardy. I hadn't used drugs in 4 years, and now all of a sudden here I am using by accident, without even knowing, and really I'm just trying to clear up my hives. I never in a million years thought that a drug like this would be allowed in just regular commonplace medications on the shelf. I guess I'm naive, but I don't think that that's right, and yeah, I mean, it can have devastating consequences. I had a severe reaction just over taking 2. My last relapse on drugs was in 2017. And the last time that I taken a drug like that, like such as speed, was April of 2017, and I had a grand mal seizure. I almost died. I didn't like my boyfriend that I was with at the time, he didn't think that I was coming out of it. You know, I was like laying lifeless in his arms after having a major seizure, and like my head was bouncing off the furniture and everything. And then I'm like laying lifeless in his arms, and he's like praying, and he's like rocking me and trying to bring me back. And I finally came back. Of course, like I didn't know what had happened. We were using, but I didn't know that I had just had this major seizure and that I had almost died. And then he explained what happened, and obviously that, put a good scare into me. I ended up quitting everything later on that year. It scared me straight for a little bit, but it still took several more months before I got completely clean and sober again. Um, but yeah, it was absolutely awful, and I mean, like, I am so close to my 4 years of sobriety, and then sure enough, here I am getting triggered by an over the counter medication, that has no warning label and could have devastating consequences. I mean, if I was feeling like it was going to give me a heart attack after just having 2 tablets of the allergy and sinus, like, imagine someone, you know, I don't know, that maybe ingested like a couple more or something, or